Hello, everyone. I'm sure you know in this job we celebrate good days and we celebrate good news, and fortunately we've been able to do that a lot. But there's also days that are not so good, and we have to address them, do we not? Through all COVID and everything, many tough days and a lot of tough decisions. And today is surely one of those tough days. But I don't run from the tough days. And that's why I'm here in front of you right now. Now, I really anticipated to not be in front of you until probably tomorrow or Wednesday, because I wanted to really get through and digest all the stuff about the investigation that was concluded on Friday evening. Nevertheless, some new happenings happened just a little while ago, earlier this morning. Now I want to tell you exactly what happened. So you won't have any doubts. Here's exactly what happened. Last night, probably at 11:30, the captain of my detail, Captain Drew Pendleton was on the phone with me, and he told me that Colonel Cahill was very insistent and needed to talk to me very badly. Well, I don't run from anyone as far as their request to talk to me. I've tried to always honor that. In doing so, I had Jan come over to the house earlier this morning. We sat in my driveway and talked. The first thing I told Jan was, Jan, there is no pathway here. There is no pathway that absolutely you can remain as the colonel of the state police in the state of West Virginia. But I'll listen, and I did. And Jan went through many situations on a lot of stuff. While there's surely issues and things that I do not agree with, Colonel Cahill on, I listened. I want to just say this, that along the way, he has served us as a colonel for the last 6+ years. There's no question whatsoever there's been a lot of good come. Before that, if we'll look back at Jan's life, Jan Cahill served in the state police, I think, for 11 or so years. I don't know exactly the number of years. Then first and foremost, he was a Marine. And then out of that into becoming the sheriff in Greenbrier County, and then the colonel of the state police. He's a proud man. And literally through all those years, I think what has happened here is just this. While there surely was good, there's surely bad judgment at this point in time. Bad judgment leads to bad things. Now, with all of that being said, I want to underline and emphasize something that is really important. The state police in general. If we absolutely think about it and think properly about it, sure, there's going to be bad situations and bad actors, and we've got to address that, do we not? We want to stand for law and stand for our principles unquestionably. But I stand with and behind our police on every issue up to the point in time when it goes beyond what is right. Now, absolutely, after I listened to Jan go through all of his stuff in a very respectful way, Jan turned to me and said, before anything could be said, I resigned 5 minutes ago. Now, I think we move on. Every day in this state, a lot of real good people, and they don't need to have rocks thrown at them. These people are doing good work, and they're doing good work every day, and we should stand rock solid behind them. We'll clean up the bad stuff. we'll clean up the bad eggs, and we'll clean up the bad stuff. That's what we do. That's what I've done from day one. Support, but absolutely we'll clean up the bad stuff. Now, I've got one other thing, and I'm going to read this to you, and this is only one sentence. I've directed the interim superintendent Chambers to work with Secretary Sandy and my office to implement several actions to restore trust and integrity beyond belief to the West Virginia State Police. That's all I've got right now, and we'll take your questions and try to answer them as best I can.
All right, thank you, Governor. We'll now go to questions from members of the media. The first today from Kenny Bass with WCHS and Fox 11.
Hi, Governor. Thanks for taking a question. And before I get started, thanks to my many friends in law enforcement and the men and women of Western State Police. They do a great job for West Virginia. But there's obviously a cultural problem, maybe at the top of the state police or maybe at different levels. Besides changing personnel and changing leadership, what can you do to facilitate deep-rooted changes within the organization, such as training procedures, such as the number of appointments that the colonel gets whenever they're appointed superintendent of top brass? I believe it's 19 appointees. Should these things be looked at as a way to maybe make some institutional changes where stuff like this just cannot ever happen again? Thank you.
Kenny, to be perfectly honest, whether it be oversight or it be accountability, it be the number of appointments and everything, all of this needs to be looked at. You know, no one wants to tolerate what's going on right now. And to be perfectly honest, you know, let's just be completely fair. Sometimes when stuff gets going on like it's going on right now, you know, piling on happens maybe beyond what we should do. But absolutely, without any question, this needs to be the most sparkling, the brightest, the proudest of the proudest. You know, just think how, you know, a trooper feels today on a call tonight, a domestic violence call, and really and truly, he's concerned in every way. Who's got his back? Who's got her back? You know, uncertainty, doubt, everything that can crawl in is just terrible. Terrible to that trooper that today is trying the best they can to protect us and help us in every way. Kenny, so many things, whether it be a better culture, less appointments, absolutely better training, whatever it may be, we want to absolutely go way beyond the call to try to make it better, to try to make it better. It, in many ways today, you've got way, way, way too much doubt that will absolutely adversely affect the performance of our troopers in many ways today. And that's got to change.
All right, thanks, Kenny. Next to Amanda Barron with WOWK.
Hi, Governor. Thank you for taking my question. I asked this question with all due respect to members of law enforcement and respect to the Department of Homeland Security investigation. Is there any possibility that what you have uncovered as a result of the investigation thus far will go beyond the Department of Homeland Security and to federal investigators?
Surely, without any question. You know, I don't think there's stuff that we have uncovered, but I can promise you that the feds are already looking at the stuff, and I don't think we should run from that. I think truly and really and truly, if there's bad stuff there, I think we welcome whomever. Absolutely, we have got to make this to where there is no doubt anywhere. You know, we need to turn over every rock, but yet still doing what I'm saying, trusting and supporting those that absolutely protect us every day. We don't need to be on a witch hunt. We absolutely don't need to do that. But at the same time, we don't need to try to push somebody back and keep somebody from entering the playhouse that may very well be just trying to do something that will help us. And so from the standpoint of the feds and everything, I welcome all the help and I want the scrutiny because at the end of the day, I want it to be right.
All right, thanks, Amanda. Next to Charles Young with WV News.
Hi, this is Charles Young with WV News. Governor, can you detail and give us some more specifics about what those several actions are that you mentioned? And then just to clarify, so a few minutes ago, you said you were calling for an all-out investigation. Is that separate and distinct than the ongoing Homeland Security one we have? You're calling for an all-out investigation of the state police generally?
No, Charles. No, I'm absolutely coordinating with Homeland Security. The investigation that I am referring to is just this. In particular, in specific, the women's locker room incidents. We need now to do a thorough investigation, trying to find information, find any detail that is out there that's still available. I know that we've had troopers leave and everything, but absolutely, if there's anything on the planet that is despicable beyond belief, it's this right here. That's just all there is to it. It is totally, totally despicable. My God of living, this has not occurred at the YMCA or something. This has occurred at state police headquarters. From the standpoint of the casino, as far as I'm concerned, it is flat out, any way you cut it, stealing. And we need to investigate that more as well. And then, whatever happens with, our Colonel Chambers now, whatever happens, with his investigation, a more thorough investigation will only make us better. It will only make us better. But as far as a top to bottom investigation of the state police, Homeland Security's done good work, and at least I hope and pray that it's good work and everything. And I trust, not biased in any way, and we'll go forward.